Hello, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you what I carry in my what I call picnic cum power outage bag for cooking. Now this bag is something that I would put in the car if I was travelling long distances and I wanted to have a meal on the way. I much prefer making my own food. It's much cheaper. You know what the quality is. Now, it also doubles as my power outage bag for cooking, and it would also really be useful as part of my emergency evacuation system, because it's a bag that I could just grab and go if I had time. I do have a proper grab bag in an emergency, but this would be a nice addition to add to that if it was ever needed. So what I'll do is I'll remove the bag and put items on the table and then go through them. Okay, the first things I keep are on the outside of the bag. As usual, hand gel, a little key light. In this pocket I keep a pencil, a small notepad, and there is a pen there somewhere. Let's go and walk about. Okay, not sure where that's gone. And also coffee items. In here I have instant coffee, some sugars, ground coffee bags, and obviously that allows me to make coffee on the go, and that's easily accessible there. In this pouch I keep some more antibacterial gel, a couple of alcohol prep pads, basic face masks, and a pair of very basic gloves. Pack of wipes, because obviously where you're preparing food you want to keep it as clean as possible, and also keep your hands clean as possible. Small pack of tissues. And then in this section I keep some spare batteries. You'll see why in a minute. And just a couple of band-aids. I do have a basic first aid kit that I also I tend to keep close to hand, and also in my emergency bag if I need to go anywhere in a hurry. And then in here I keep some cotton wool, so that can double up as a bit of first aid or as a bit of emergency tinder. And then on this bag I have got a it's a flask, double-walled flask for keeping things hot. Now, you should never boil water using a double-walled flask because of the air gap between the wall sections, and the air will expand and it could cause the bottle to explode. You should only ever boil water in a single walled bottle. never in a double-walled bottle. So that's that. And then on this other side, I keep a water bottle, and it is an ultraviolet light bottle, so it can purify some water. You just press on the button for so long and it will purify the water that's in the bottle. Right, get to the full inside now. Okay, the contents of the inside of my bag. First aid cream for burns and scalds. Here is a small cutlery set. Which has a fork, spoon and a knife. This, it isn't titanium, but it is fairly lightweight, but it's also fairly robust. I've been pleased with it. Cotton handkerchief, stainless steel straw, basic knife sharpener, not sure if you can see the make and model. Never go anywhere without cordage, so this is a bracelet, has a whistle, very basic compass, which absolutely useless as these things go. Small ferro rod, the striker is missing, not sure where that's gone, and some paracord. Rubbish bags, I like the orange one as well because that could be used for signalling purposes in an emergency. Small rubbish bags, N95 mask, basic disposable gloves, travel toothbrush, toothpaste, and this is for flossing in between your teeth. A basic power bank. It has some power still, does need topping up there, and a very basic torch, flashing mode and off. And in this bag I have the ability, I think it was already open, hang on a minute, this gives me the ability to filter water, so I have some coffee filters, a Whirlpack stand-up 1 litre water bag, now I'm not sure if you can still get these, but this is it's very similar to the Whirlpack bag really, but as you can see it's a pour and stand and it holds 100 millilitres again. then I just have a couple of extra basic things. Small piece of candle cake, some sugar, piece of folded foil, and a couple of tea bags in there. In here I have the instruction manual for the for these. Again, just in case somebody who's not used to this sort of thing is using the kit, as well as the instructions for the water purifier. And I have a larger Fresnel lens, a smaller Fresnel lens, and an emergency blanket. I think all those are fairly self-explanatory. Between the emergency blanket and the black bin bag I could fashion out a shelter if I had to, but I do tend to have a poncho with me, and if the weather was cold, what I would use is I would take one of those camping ponchos with me and use that inside my waterproof poncho. Now in here I have some little packets of salt. These basically come from Salt and Shake crisps. I don't know if you can get them outside the UK, but they're basically crisps or chips without any salt on them, and you have the option of adding the salt, and they tend to come in these little blue packets, which I have found are ideal for taking for picnics and things. And I have a basic enamel mug, just a bit of cloth that can be used to clean stuff with, a USB cable for charging up the power bank if I get the chance. And remember, I tend to have the bag with me that would have plugs and whatnot. So, and then some fuel for the camping stoves, as well as the camping stoves themselves. And I have this one. Now, I do want to add that inside there. There you go. So that's all set, ready to go if required. Same with this one. And inside there I have waterproof safety matches. As well as a couple of lighters. These lighters, I have got a little bit of zip tape around so that this doesn't get depressed and you lose all your gas before you need to use it. I could also, if I wanted to, put some extra long matches or ordinary matches in. So that would be basically what I carry in there. And then I have a small titanium dish, which would also work as a shallow bowl. It's not very big, but you don't need it to be when you're camping or picnicking or in an emergency. basic headlamp, and this is why I carry those spare batteries. Because again, if this bag was taken for emergency purposes, having some light, especially hands-free light, is always a good idea. And then I have another vacuum flask. This one can do for food as well as water if you wished, or it could even be used as a large mug. And then here's my pot. I showed this in the other video. I'll show it again. So it's basically that, but with all the attachments to make filter coffee, if I have filter coffee with me rather than the coffee bags. And that just sits like that. Okay, there's one last item to show you. I've just got to remember how it goes together, and then we'll be back. Okay, and this is a little camping table. It's not very big, as you can see, but it does give me room to put things on in order to go to use my camping gear without the fear of anything perhaps catching fire. If I just needed a bit of a fire break between this and the ground, I can use it like so. And it also gives me a nice little stable surface to perhaps put food, my food on, or prepare food. And it does fit in the bag right at the bottom. And it's fairly easy to put together and take apart once I remember which way it goes. So the legs here just clip in, so you unclip them and then they just come out. So you put them all together, it like that. She says I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this so I can show you, and doing it on an angle is not very helpful. Much easier to do it on the ground, but anyway, those fit into there, those fit into there, and then this just hooks in like so. And then you've got the two pieces, you've got 4 pieces in all, the 2 legs and the 2 table sections. Right, that's it. I hope that gives you some idea of what I can use in if I have to leave home for any reason to provide myself with cooking facilities. I do have some dried camping meals which are very lightweight, and if in a true emergency I had to leave in a hurry, I would just grab a handful of those and leave the premises. Touch wood, it's never happened yet, and hopefully it will never happen, but I do live in an area where there's a small brook, and although I have never known it to flood round here, it does flood at the bottom of town but sometimes, but I've never known it actually flood across here, so if that were to ever happen, then I could at least leave the bungalow without too much hassle. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. If you liked it, please consider subscribing, giving it a thumbs up, sharing, leaving me a comment if you so wish. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.